We all good?
Good.
Okay. Well, this was a big-time honor, for our program. Those cadets are doing something way more important than we are, serving our country and the commitment they've made. So for us to do this on Veterans Day was incredibly meaningful, to share this with Coach K and our players. They don't get a lot of time to be around him. So for me, that was something that was very meaningful. Sorry, am I speaking in here? You guys can hear me, I think, right? Okay. But for Coach K to share in it with our players was very meaningful for me. And then I thought it was just a very business-like approach tonight. They obviously played their asses off. They did a great job sharing the ball. And I thought just our commitment to defend, rebound, and share the ball was stood out for me tonight. So very proud of the effort. A ton of respect for West Point, and really grateful for them hosting us for this game.
Jon, the explosiveness that Dame showed sort of in the first 8 minutes, and then the couple of steals you guys hand on the ball a couple other times in the second half, is that kind of the wild card that he could be, both the explosiveness and then the quick hands on defense?
No question. I mean, I think it's Dame has really felt the journey that you can be on as a freshman already. He was upset the way he played the last game, and the ability to come back the next time and to play the way that he did. I think that says a lot about his character. His ability to really guard stands out, but we've known the offensive potential that's there as well. And tonight he, really had it going on both ends.
Coach, going into West Point on Veterans Day, to your point before, what's your message? What do you think your players thought, and what do you want to say to the Army players?
Well, just first of all, it's part of us being here was just to show our gratitude. Yesterday we had an amazing day. We practiced here, but then we toured West Point. And for me, I'm a history major, so I know some, but I didn't nearly know all the history, that was behind, West Point and the origin of it all. And so for our players, I think they just have tremendous respect for these guys, the commitment they've made, the sacrifice they're making, and to understand, again, being part of something bigger than just yourself. Like, that's what Army is all about to me in our 2 days that we've been here. That's the biggest takeaway I've had. So really grateful, and just really proud of our country, proud of these men and women that serve the country so great.
Jon, you might have mentioned this in the build-up, but just now that the game is through, when did the idea for this germinate? Obviously, you and the Army have a bit of a history going back over the decades, but can you actually pinpoint whose idea it was and how long it took to get the ball rolling for you guys to go?
Yeah, at the time, Mike Schrage helping with our scheduling, and then John Jackson, we got together at the time just to talk about different things we could do, and they did an amazing job looking ahead. This was originally going to be the first game of the season. So for us to do this on Veterans Day, NCAA rules change all the time. That's one of them. But it was just an incredible thing, and we knew it was a couple years out. It was a great way to sharing this with Coach K. I grew up as a player hearing West Point stories all the time. And so to bring our players back here to sharing this with them, the school, West Point, all of it, it just was a great idea. So it's been 2+ years in the making.
Your first summer that you were going to be the head coach,
yeah.
That basically when it originated.
Yeah.
And then as to your just general scheduling principles, you had the home and home with Arizona, you have more coming, you haven't been afraid about doing that. Do you see this kind of your responsibility as the head coach at Duke to set an example? Not many high majors are going to go and do this and play at a mid-major. And I know that the circumstances with Army are a little bit different.
Right.
What message do you think it sends? Do you want to send to other schools that might be a little bit more timid about putting themselves in this kind of environment?
Well, I think first and foremost, I believe Duke is one of one. I do believe that. And so, with our scheduling, our guys want to be in these types of games. And so for us, I told our team before the game, we've had 5 games, 2 exhibition, but we've only played 2 home games. And so ultimately, you have to win away from home. And so for us, combinations of playing home and homes, combination of neutral site games, but most importantly, doing games that haven't been done before, I think is something that's really exciting to us. We're going to continue to work on, but there's no question we're going to continue to schedule aggressively, because that's what our players want to be. They want to be in these games, and I also think it's best for our team development to learn and grow.
Jen, you had talked about, you've got these guys, you've also had Michigan State for that sort of early true road experience. Did you get that out of this trip, or with all the other stuff going on with the tour and with Coach K and all that stuff, does it become more of a thing unto itself than it does, or do you still get the experience of we're flying somewhere, we're going to play in someone else's gym?
I thought we for sure got that experience, and part of being really good, hopefully you can continue to have a successful season and where you're playing in March. And look, the further you go, the more distractions there are. And so to be able to focus on the details, focus on what your job is, when there's other things happening, there's energy you have to put in other places. I thought it was a great lesson for our team, and the environment was incredible. Starting that game, the crowd, the cadets, I thought it was a great lesson for our team of how we have to play.
Jon, when this game was first presented to you and the idea you had of coming up here and playing this game, did it meet your expectations of what you've been through the past 2 days?
Beyond. At that time, we didn't even know, we didn't talk about touring, we didn't talk about anything else. It started with the game, and then we knew we had to make it something more than just coming up here to play a game. Like, we'd be falling short if we didn't make the most of this and do what we did yesterday. And so for us, Coach K, the biggest thing, he was disappointed. He wanted us to eat in the mess hall. Like, he wanted us to get in there and 20 minutes, eat, and get on to the next. But that wasn't able to happen with the timing of it all. But it was beyond our expectations, and just such a special trip for us.
During that build-up and your tour of the campus, what were you noticing out of the players' reactions as they were taking in the environment?
Well, started quizzing them on history, and they actually, I was impressed with their knowledge and what they know. I thought they had great attention. I thought they were incredibly respectful. I thought they couldn't have been better. And for our guys too, just to see, sometimes you can be in a bubble a little bit, so to get outside our bubble. When we go play on the road other places, you're not touring the campus, you're not touring. And so for us to understand the way of life for these cadets, to understand the complete sacrifice, the complete commitment, it's higher than anything we do. It just is. So I thought for our guys, it was eyes wide open, eyes and ears wide open, and they learned a lot.
All right, last question.
Jon, can you just talk about the play of Jackson Furman, the
Yeah.
freshman for Army?
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. We haven't had a lot of film, but coming into tonight, we knew with what he's done leading up to here, and then the first 2 games, we knew he was a big time wild card. He's not afraid. He's got a real ability to score and not just shoot. I think that's the difference with him. He's not just a shooter. He's a scorer. Like, he can really create. So, big fan of his game. He's going to be a really good player here, and he gave us problems tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, one down.
And that was good coach. Jon Scheyer talking about his team and his visit to West Point. So we'll hear from Army coach Ken Cubic and
Coach Q players will be along shortest for Army.
Who's coming?
Coach Q looking players. I believe players. I'm not sure of that.
All right. I'll tell Carrie.
Big theory. Tell Carrie.